Hello and welcome to Maggie's Fun Time. This is Magzie and we are back here on Hypixel SkyBlock. This is a vanilla server. If you guys like this episode, make sure you smack that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this. Guys, I made a video yesterday because I tried to log in and there was an update. So I was like, okay, let's get into this. And then it took about an hour. And I uploaded it. And then last night, I was on Discord with my family and could hear me. So it took about 10 minutes to fix my mic's sound problem, and then it dawned on me that I don't know how long the problem existed. So I went back and looked at the video. There was no sound at all in the video. So I had to delete that. We had a different plan for today's video. I was going to try to do it yesterday, but I just didn't get time. So we're going to get this one done, upload this one. When I get off tonight, I'll probably do a video for tomorrow, and then we'll start again next week. As usual, if I'm working next weekend, which I should be, I will record Sunday for Sunday and Monday for my recordings for the week. So you guys should be getting back on schedule, hopefully. See, Legion Remix has threw me off because I'm really enjoying my my time on Legion Remix. So, but let's get into this right now. I've already done this once, so hopefully we'll get through this a little bit faster. Today we released version 23.5 of Hypixel SkyBlock, which includes Dungeonbreaker pickaxe, new /pity system to help out with particularly unlucky players, various improvements to Ironman profiles, lots of quality of life changes, and a few bug fixes. Keep reading for all the details. So Dawnbreaker. So I went through this on the other episode, but what the problem was people was using stonks and other things. People were getting diamond picks also, and maxing their efficiency out with efficiency 10 and using those in dungeons also. It wasn't just stonks, but they were using stonks to break through certain parts in the maps to make them easier. So Hypixel devs didn't like that, so they put a fix in for it, and that kind of broke things. So this is their way of allowing this to come in. This is the Dawnbreaker pickaxe. Dawnbreaker is a new pickaxe you can purchase from Ophelia for 500 Wither Essence. It allows you to mine through most blocks in the catacombs. Dungeonbreaker has a couple of limitations. The number of blocks you can break is limited to how many charges you have available. Charges reset 2 blocks per second. You also regenerate up to 5 blocks when you collect a secret with a new Echoes of the Lost perk. This perk can be found in the Wither Essence shop. You cannot break blocks around room boundaries. Crypts cannot be broken with Dungeonbreaker. They will still require Super Boom, TNT, or equivalent explosion effects as previously. With the release of Dawnbreaker, you will no longer be able to use the stonk with previous methods. This allows us to enable anti-cheat measures that were previously disabled due to having to allow stonking as a method. And they did put that in parentheses. Quotations, sorry. Dawnbreaker is an important step in moving towards the fully latest version experience, as stonking was a vanilla exploit only found in 1.8. While the Dungeonbreaker is designed for the latest version functionality in mind, it should be fully functional in older versions. However, we still encourage you to update your Minecraft version and mods as soon as possible, since a lot of the future content will most definitely be in the latest version. So the latest version allows them to do so much more with Hypixel SkyBlock and expand it. And all of the platforms are going to be going to the new system now. You can guarantee it. They're not, so guys, if you haven't updated already, get to updating. The mods will update. Don't worry about that. Most of the mods you use are used in other stuff anyway, so they already got most of them anyway. Already got versions out for the latest update. So, I know it's a pain. I know people get used to certain versions, but you just have to do it. Pity system. This is the pity tracker throughout Skyblock. You are guaranteed to trigger events and drops upon completing the same activity a certain number of times. This is called pity. Open this menu to view your progress towards triggering all events affected by pity. Now, what the problem is with this one is the only way that I have found to open the pity system is to hit /pity. Now, the problem is they've locked /pity behind the cookie buff. So if they're going to do that and they want people to look at the pity system, they need to put in a way to get to the pity system menu in the actual Hypixel SkyBlock menu, because currently I couldn't find it. So I don't know where it's at. It doesn't say in here it's like that. So you gotta help us out, people. Devs, come on, man. Anyway, RNG is not on your side. Say hello to /pity. This new menu keeps track of various new and pre-existing pity across the game. The addition of /pity does not mean we're discontinuing RNG meters. The system just allows us to add hard pity for smaller systems that aren't large or complex enough to warrant a dedicated meter. Pity menu can also be accessed through the /RNG menu or by typing /pity directly. So I will go into the RNG menu and see if it's there, but I didn't see it yesterday. So we'll see. We'll see. It might be there. New pity, hoppity hunt pity. Every 5,000, every 500 egg you open is guaranteed to contain a mythic rabbit you do not have. Every 2,500 egg that you open is guaranteed to contain a divine rabbit that you don't already have. Designer note: rabbits from the Hitman count towards pity. Pity replaces the previously teased hoppity RNG meter. Dev note number 2: upon pity release, players will receive pity progress up to 1 free divine and mythic rabbit based on the lifetime egg opened. I already checked, guys. Mine's nowhere near getting one, so we didn't get one. Garden pity. Every 3,000th visitor who visits once you hit garden level 15 is guaranteed to be a spaceman. Dev: pity only increments if you have the necessary garden level to spawn spaceman. Moonglade Marsh pity. Every 2,500 treasure fish is guaranteed to be the fish of the fish. Every 2,500 mob killed is guaranteed to drop mob of the fish. Every 1,000 tree gift is guaranteed to have tree of the fish. Pre-existing pity. Gold and diamond trophy fish on the Crimson Isle. Every 100 trophy fish is a specific type is guaranteed to be gold. Every 600 trophy fish of a specific type is to be diamond. Glaciite mine shaft spawning in the glaciite tunnels. Base chance is 1,000, 1 out of 2,000. Mining blocks decrease to 2,000 until you get the mine shaft. So there you go. Ironman W's. We have a handful of improvements we've made to the Ironman profiles with this update. Ironman has its own Shaw auctions. Ironman profiles will no longer be bidding on against normal profiles in the Shaw auctions to help level the playing field a bit more. There will be about half the regular quantity of items available to the Shaw auctions and special. We anticipate the number will need to be tweaked, but we will see how this plays out first. Keep in mind that purchasing any item from Shaw auction or special will co-opt soulbound the item. So basically what they're going to do is they're splitting the amount of items in half, putting them on both, and then they're going to check as further update comes out. They're gonna adjust those numbers when and if they need to. So if it's starting out, if it seems like there's more on one, less on the other one, they'll adjust that up. So hopefully they'll get it right. Cross fingers. Convert to normal profile. Now I was really interested in this. So convert to normal profile, not enjoying Ironman. Turn this into a normal profile. After you start the process, you must wait 35 days before the profile will be converted. Warning, this profile conversion is permanent and cannot be undone. Basically, what this is a way to, if you started an Ironman profile, you got kind of far into it, and you're like, I'm done with this. I want it back. I want to do regular one. Instead of starting over on a new profile, you can convert this over to an Ironman from an Ironman profile to a normal one. And it puts it on a 35-day timer. Okay, so tired of the Ironman experience, solo and co-op Ironman profiles now have the ability to convert to the normal profile, although the process is a bit different for both. If you are a solo Ironman profile, you can choose to start the conversion of the profile manager in the profile manager management menu. In most cases, you'll be required to wait a certain amount of time, up to 35 days, in case you change your mind. Once the timer is up, you'll be asked one last time if you absolutely sure you want to de-Ironman in the process, as the process is permanent. Now, this is the one I had problems with. For Ironman co-ops, the process is a little different. Once someone in the co-op wishes to convert, it will start a vote that lasts 3 days. During this time, if any of the co-op votes no or fails to vote, the conversion process will stop. If the co-op unanimously votes yes, then the countdown starts up to 35 days. During this time, any player in the co-op has second thoughts. They are able to cancel the conversion process in the profile management menu. Now, what I was saying before is that this can lead to trolling and griefing of accounts. Basically, someone can be mad because the rest of the group wants to convert over to a regular profile, and they can just like keep acting like they want to convert and then canceling it. I don't know if there's a way that shows you who canceled it or what, but it could lead to some problems. So it's a little something that the devs should probably take a look at in the future if the problem pops up to address that. I guess you could always just kick the people that's trolling. Excuse me, guys. Cosmetic auction. I love this. Ironman profiles now are able to purchase most cosmetic listed in the auction house. They are still not able to sell any. We're opening the auction house menu. They'll now see a custom browser with filters to various cosmetic types. The normal profiles, we've replaced the block tab in the auction house with the cosmetic tab so that players can more easily find cosmetics. There wasn't much going on in the blocks tab previously. Most of its items can be found in the Tools and Miscellaneous tab instead. As a side note, Ironman profiles can purchase a custom amount of booster cookies from the Bazaar, Ironman Bazaar. So I have no problems with this. I love it. So it allows me to get some of the dyes that I was wanting without having to worry about it. So we'll see if I can do that. Ironman Guild. Found above spawn in the Dwarven Mines, the Ironman Guild is an in-universe guild with Ironman dwarves. If you talk to Ion, the Ironman of Ironman, he'll explain Ironman profiles and will open a menu to get to. I don't know why I've got an itch in my throat. He'll even open a menu for you to create an Ironman profile right there if you want. Over the past few months, we've been gathering quality of life changes, gathering many of the most popular community suggestions, and they're all here. I have not tried this out yet, the Ironman Guild, so I'm going to do that on camera one day. We'll see if we can't find it. Over the past few months, we've been gathering many of the most... Oh, I already read that. Dungeons. Thorn Shard changes. Now drops exclusively from Master Mode Floor 4, 100% of the time in Emerald Chest or above as a bonus. Is now a legendary shard with the ID of L48. Added this Scarf Shard, drops exclusively from Master Mode Floor 2, 100% of the time in Emerald Chest or above bonus. Grants 2 to 20% more dungeon class experience. All Livid clones are now humanoid / arcane mobs rather than a bunch of different types. Farming. Replace the Mosquito Pets Fool Me Once perk with a new one. Perk. Bloodsucker's Betrayal. Effect. Pest traps work 2.2 to 20% faster. I did point out, it looks like they reverted a change right here too. I'll read that in a second. I did point out on the previous video how I need to actually start putting down pest traps so we can get some of those mobs, but I always forget. Double the pest damage buff provided from Praying Mantis Shard. Added the elusive type to Field Mouse. And there's this one right here. If you participated in multiple farming contests, you'll now receive the best metal out of the crops you farmed. Previously, it was simply given to the crop you farmed the most. But this could occasionally result in a far worse metal than otherwise given. It looks like they reverted this change. This change, as well as the 10-year event claim limit, has been reverted due to issues with claiming rewards. So maybe they'll fix it and put it back in. I don't know. I think this was a good change. And basically what can happen is, say you're mining melons with the mushroom pet. You're going to get both melon collection and also mushroom collection. And melons is a really competitive crop. So unless you got the max setup, you're not going to get gold. You're just not going to. So when those kinds of situations like that, you'll get whichever one you got gold in. So it's more likely that you'll get gold in mushroom. Mushroom's usually easy to get gold in. So, but it looks like they reverted that change. So maybe it'll come back out in the future once they fix that problem. Let's hope, because I think that was a good change. Bobbing Time Ultimate Enchantment. Now, I don't use Bobbing Time. I wanted you guys to post in the comments whether this is actually a good change or not. But they reduced the amount of players that have to be around, but then they buffed the actual stat by double. So, and apparently, in effect, you get the same stat as before, but with half the number of people. So I wanted you guys to let me know in the comments down below whether that's a good change or not, whether it affected you or not. I don't think I used Bob Time Ultimate Enchantment. I'll have to look at it. Totem of Corruption is now, Totem of Corruption now counts as a deployable and can only corrupt sea creatures that you fish up. And I love this because you don't know how annoying it is to get all your sea creatures corrupted just because somebody came by and was trolling everybody in the area and decided to pop down a Totem of Corruption. I might have to go get some drink. Chum buckets now, chum cap buckets now only allow their owner to fish up Argamu. Ember Armor Netherlord ability now disabled near fishing hotspots. And they added the raw cod to the fishing merchant. Now, when they updated the hub to 1.21, the newest version of Minecraft, that switched the fish from raw fish to cod. And because of that, they took it out of the actual menu from the fishing merchant. So this is just them adding it back into the fishing merchant. This is a good change, technically. It's a revert back because it was an inadvertent mistake. You basically, when you start a new profile and you want to specialize in fishing, you can't get a fishing minion. You have to manually fish them up, like the amount of fish that you need to make the minion, and that was super annoying. I had to do that. So I'm glad they put the raw cod back into the game at the fishing merchant. Foraging, they added a bunch of these items to the sack, and also they added them to the bazaar so you could sell them, and they made shell-wise pandas and joy dives spawn faster. So all good changes for foraging. This will help you guys out with the organization and that kind of stuff. Mining pets. Now this is one I want to actually work on. I don't know whether this is actually going to be good or not. I haven't figured that one out, but it's mythic, and a mythic pet will increase your magic find. So mythic armadillo pet, upgrading using the frozen skate, which is dropped rarely from Umber, Tungsten, and Vanguard corpses. New perk, worked well, which consumes up to 10% less energy while tunneling. Mythic armadillos have 400 energy. Now, what I was going to ask for you guys is, I don't use armadillo pet in mining anymore in the Crystal Hollows, which is the only way you would use them most of the time. There's a couple of niche situations where you're mining, you can get away with it. So I don't use him in the Crystal Hollows at all. I've been using the Goblin Pet. The Goblin Pet for me is the best one to use in the Crystal Hollows because of its abilities to increase drop rates of goblin eggs. So especially the blue ones. So since I started my Ironman profile challenge, I've just been using the Goblin Pet. I don't even have a Skater Pet. It would allow for increased powder drops for the Skater Pet, but I don't really care about that on the Ironman profile. My objective isn't to max powders out in the Ironman profile. The goal of the Ironman profile for the Heart of the Mountain is to reach Heart of the Mountain 10. That just requires me to do a crap ton of commissions, and The Skate Pit doesn't actually increase your XP any for mining missions. Anyway, thought I'd note that. There has been powder buffs, and they took the travel scroll for the Crystal Nexus from no longer being MVP plus requirement. They also need to take it to where you get it some way else, but 750 commissions, because that's stupid. Stop it. It should be just a craft that you unlock, and then you craft the thing like you do the dwarven mines. I don't know. Maybe like a random drop in crystal hollows from the treasure chests unlocks the recipe or something. I don't know. We'll see. See if they change that in the future. Mithril powder buffs. They basically doubled the amount of powder that you can get, and they've made it to where you get a buff for each individual reward here. So for raffles, there's every 10 tickets you get 25 MP. Let me get me a drink. Hold on, guys. Ooh, my think's in here too. Look at that. Started to swallow my pill bottle, thinking it was drink. Okay, so raffles has been doubled, so 5,000 to 10,000. You can get a lot from this, guys. A lot. I tried it out last night. Jesus. I think I got like almost 30,000 powder, and everybody was going for the raffle. And the Mithril Grimond, that was the one. Mithril Grimond. Another one I tried. Oh my god, there's so many people mining in that area now because of the amount of powder you can get from it. Anyway, so every 10 tickets in the raffle, you get 25 extra powder or mithril powder. Goblin raid participating is up to 10,000 now, and every 20 goblins you kill, we give you 50 powder. Mithril Grimond has boosted it up to 10,000 from 2,000, and removed the cap for tasty mithril. So basically, there was a 10 cap. The minimum is still 10. Let me specify this. What they've done is when it calculates your bonus powder, it used to only cap at 10, so any after 10 didn't matter because you got 10, so that gave you the maximum powder boost. Now it's based on how many you actually donate. There's 10, even if you hit the minimum 10, anything past that will still give you bonus powder. So that's what they've done, and you can get a lot from this. Trust me. Commissions now have been adjusted. They now give 500 mithril powder in the dwarf mines, 1,000 gemstone powder in the crystal hollows, and 1,500 glaciite powder in the actual glaciite tunnels. Now this means base, so we can grind commissions and get a crap ton of powder. Each of these is double with Heart of the Mountain 10. So, like for me, I can grind out glaciite powder now more effectively because basically, for me on my main profile, I get 3,000 every single commission. So, you do 4 a day, and the glaciite tunnels, and yeah, that's 12,000 extra powder every day. Fetcher's quest reward is now 250,000, and Puzzlers is now 250,000. Powderghast has been increased from 50 to 100 to 100 to 100 to 250 per hit. Golden Goblins are now 500 mithril powder. Diamond Goblins are now 1,000 mithril powder. Dwarven Treasure Reforge bonus is now 15 from 5. Mithril powder in the Dwarven events, and the powder pumpkin effect, which I have no clue what this is from. Put it in comments if you know. 5 to 15%. Increase to 15%. All glaciite mine shafts now spawn with at least 10 mobs. What was happening, guys, is they would give you a commission to kill so many mobs in glaciite mineshaft, and then you would go into one, it'd only be like 2 or 3 mobs in there. You'd have to like do like 3 glaciite mineshafts to do that one commission. For most players like me, they just you eventually got it. Eventually you would just get one. You usually get one mineshaft a day, so you just go in there and get it. Where was that? Yeah. Peridot mine shafts are not bad anymore. Amber, Jade, Ruby, Amethyst, and Sapphires now give 8 out of 2,000 towards Mineshaft Pity. It was 4 out of 2,000. Aquamarine, Onyx, Peridot, Centrine give 10 out of 2,000. Was 4 out of 2,000 for Mineshaft Pity. Added a tab list widget for pickaxe cooldown, which I really want on my bar, so I can have it just sitting there and I can see it whenever I hit the tab button how long I have till it. So I might be adding that one onto my widget for my main profile. Added actually, I don't have the actual pickaxe ability on my main profile. I plan on getting it, but I don't have it right now. Added precursor apparatuses to the crystal hollow sacks, and this is the thing. If you can, to the devs, if you can add it to the sacks and it goes with one of those sections, just do it. Don't like the more space you can save in somebody's inventory is good, not bad. So and the crystal hollow sacks is one of those that you have to buy with bits anyway. So speed up. I'll caveat that with you can buy the sacks and sell them on the I believe you can sell them on the auction house. I don't know. I don't quite know about that. I know the sack of sacks you can sell on the auction house. I just assume the rest of them you could too. I don't know that though. Maybe not. But you'd have to buy it with bits. Speed up King Yaller's yapping when finishing the Crystal Nexus quest for the first time. Miscellaneous. Increase the daily sale price cap to 500 million coins to all profiles. Double the quantity of Artifact of Control, Pandemodorus Box, and Shea Regalums and Shea Auction. Infinite Quiver is no longer disabled while sneaking. Quotations. Parentheses, don't ask. Rusty got around to organizing. So what I was saying before is somebody knew that this was a thing and didn't tell nobody. Rusty got around to organizing his shop menu into different categories. Hunt's Axe will no longer take ownership of mobs spawned by other players. I'm guessing stuff like golden goblins and stuff. Pocket black holes can no longer pull mobs from other players, spawned by other players. Mayor's 3rd, 5th, and 7th appearances are now guaranteed to have 2, 3, and 4 perk respectively. They have a 50% chance to on their 2nd, 4th, and 6th appearance to get perks early. Reduce the minimum weight needed to get the skeleton of the fish from 1,000 pounds. Largemouth bass to only 50 pounds. Oops the fish, spook the fish, and chill the fish are now auctionable. And golden jerrys are now elusive. We haven't figured out what that means yet. I did have one the other day though, and I think I killed him, or was he purple? I don't remember. Sell prices right here have been increased. I did not see this last time, so You can now sell refined minerals for a lot. Well, I need to go through here and see if there's any of these that I can get on my Ironman, I mean my mining profile that actually help us out. Sludge juice is one. Yeah, we could sell sludge juice for a bank, right? 64,000 per stack. Um, when we don't need it no more. I'm not. On Ironman profiles, these are probably good, but you wouldn't be selling those. Jungle Hearts, actually, those are annoying once you can't use them anymore. So, selling them for 100,000 a piece, yeah, that's a lot of sorrow. Chum is 5 each. There's lots of stuff in here that got increased from nothing to actual stuff. So, yeah. They've increased the dragon fragments. That's a lot. Candy can now be sold. Oh, the Great Spooker Fan. I believe it's on too on the server. So, oh, okay. Other changes. There are a handful of other changes being made to in this with this update that helps balance the game. The Scorpion Bow changes, renamed to Spider Shortbow, made crafting recipes significantly cheaper. Deals 2 times damage to Tarantula Bloodfather egg sacs. Is now a short bow and reduced stats to compensate. Um, isn't that the one? I don't remember if that's the one from. Well, I'll take a look at it. Um, the next episode we'll go and look at it. Mosquito bow now deals 3 times damage to Tarantula Bloodfather egg sacs. Egg sac changes. Tier 3, 2 eggs, 3 health each. Tier 4, 3 eggs, 6 health each. Tier 5 is 4 egg sacs with 9 health each. Designer note, this has been reduced from 5, 10, and 15 health for each on Alpha. Tier 5 Tarantula Bloodfather Till Death Do Us Part ability now has Noxious Paralyzation ability and can backstab. Tier 5 Tarantula Bloodfathers now always have magic resistance instead of only being after Bat Barrage ability. Making it more hard. It's not good for players like me that can't actually do the thing now anyway, so. Points gained from the hunting during Agatha's contest now per mob instead of per shard to prevent players from getting way more points than intended. So they were exploiting that system. The Starbound shard now is a water shard instead of combat shard. Reduce the scaling enchantments that increase damage to specific mob types. Renamed Explorer achievement to Wanderer. Changed the description to more clearly indicate that it requires you to visit every zone in the hub except beyond what's required for the Explorer quest, except the Regala room. The Soul Eater ultimate enchantment is now capped at 1 million damage outside dungeons. Removed Smite 7 from Tamika's shop. Capped the Maniac Miner perk ability to 500 fortune. Designer note: we anticipate this being a 10% cut to hourly rates from our testing. Mining pure ores in early game areas was never intended to be the best money making method for mining, and we now look into making adjustments to gemstone in the future. Reduce the drop rate of glaciolite shards 22.1% from various mobs. Nerfed enchanted hoppers. I don't understand this one. To 70% of NPC price. It was 90 if I'm not mistaken. It took 20% off. I guess the players were making too much money from just AFKing. I don't know. Unequipping Reaper or Final Destination armor now takes away stats that from their abilities if they were active. I'm guessing people were doing armor swaps to get the bonus without having to wear the armor. Fossil items description no longer mentions they give fuel. As it is not the primary purpose. They can be used for fuel. But it's a secret feature. As usual, we have fixed some more bug fixes with this release. The gauntlet of contagion damage scaling when it was just supposed to be a percentage of mob health. Fixed primordial jockeys doing way more damage than intended. Fixed the Roanoke recipe being in the shape of an axe despite it being a sword. Fixed the hollow wands Iker pool damage buff persisting even after leaving the radius. Fixed the Great Spook Staff Spooker ability not working in private islands. Fixed the Vampire Witch Mask being able to damage certain immune Glacia mobs. Fixed an issue with front-loading Heart of the Mountain perks. With the front-loaded Heart of the Mountain perk. Fixed a rare issue when claiming items from the forge. Fixed angry archaeologists flying when touching water. Fixed bobbing time ultimate up enchantment not applying magic fine. Fixed cool forges perk not rolling odds properly per each item. Fixed anvil menu saying it will remove an enchantment when upgrading to the ultimate enchantment. Upgrading an ultimate enchantment. Fixed typo in reclaim menu. Fixed typo in accessory bag upgrading with Elizabeth. Fixed being unable to complete these quests in the Hannah's chapters. Reach 5,000 sweep, reach 200 sweep, reach at least 100 pressure resistance. Added dark red level bucket to the Centering Party invitation item. The Great Spook Event. The event has been enabled and will last till November. We've also scheduled bonus spooky features events towards the end of the month to celebrate Halloween. And there are those schedules. What's next? Okay, so I love this part. Here's a quick update on the next major updates coming to SkyBlock, along with a peek of what is coming next year. Keep in mind that this list is definitely not comprehensive. There are many things not mentioned here that we are working on. Some even planned to come out later this year. Now, the greenhouse is something that they thought of to come add into the garden. But it's because they have to do a revamp of the garden anyway to move it up to the latest version. The reason why they have to move it up to the latest version is so you can use sweep on your garden. So you don't have to cut down all the trees anymore. So hopefully they get that added in when they do the greenhouse. We'll see. Later this year, we are planning to release the biggest addition to the garden since the initial release in February 2023. This update includes the main flagship feature of greenhouses, a revamped farming tools, which I am scared of, a nerf to crop milestones and visitor milestones, and a new powder-like currency for farming. Retroactively, by the way. You'll be able to spend this new currency on earnable and upgradable farming chips. No clue what that is. which will provide a boost to all related content. Our goal with this is to make garden progress feel smoother and more rewarding through regular upgrades as you play. You haven't seen it yet. Check it out on a sneak peek of the garden here. New next year, second foraging item is coming. They were already working on it, so you guys will get to see that in the future. They'll probably be thrown on alpha for people to check out, probably next year sometime. Next year, latest version content. Going into 2026, we have 2 goals: new combat content and more latest version features. We're really excited about all the new cool things we can bring to you guys in the latest. So we want to remind everyone to move over to the new 1.21 plus if you haven't already. All of our major content updates planned for 2026 are latest version only. Don't miss out. In the near future, we plan to only supporting the latest 2 content drops. We are planning only supporting the 2 latest content drops in addition to 1.8.9. This will allow us to utilize even more cutting edge features for updates. You can read about this in the announcement here. And if you have any problems with the update, bug fixes right here. So, guys, let me know how you think about the update. Was it good? Was it bad? In the comments down below. I asked for specific stuff at specific locations in here. Make sure you get those in there. I'm going to get off here. If you guys like this episode, make sure you smack that like button. It really helps out the channel with YouTube views, YouTube searches, YouTube algorithm movement for the channel. If you subscribe to my channel and you want to get notifications when I have new videos out, all you got to do is go to my page, hit the subscribe button, set your settings. You can come check out the videos. If you do like this episode, you want to share it with your friends, tell them that you like it. There's a share tab down below. There's links there, social media site. There's a link there for you to copy and post on YouTube community page. Any tips, tricks, or comments, put it in the comments down below. See you guys later.